Alright, so we're approaching the end of the lesson today. We may go one or two more segments, but we've got to look at the last row of the chart here. Alright, so we've got, now watch this, I can bring this out a little easier if I kind of do one of these things and just bump the gamma up. Something like that, maybe a little easier to see. Now, this last chart is necessary. Oh, it's very necessary. How is it divided? It isn't divided the same. Only the first box is the same as the regular tripentatonic caged distribution of 6 strings. I don't mean to sound like really dry like that, but you've got the same thing in the first box. Don't let that fool you, because that fooled me and I didn't get anywhere, you know, when I found out there was too much overlap going on. So I decided to segment it one more time. When you segment the cages, not worrying about having a continuous chart here that you might circle things out in that might overlap, and the whole thing starts to look like a big bird's nest and you can't figure it out after you're done, right? When you segment things out, it makes it easy to see what's going on. It's best to segment them out first and then put them together. All right, so there's another chart that I have that I could show you where I've put them together after being segmented, like here, okay, for example. Now we can look at what we're supposed to be looking at here anyway, which is the Locrian, or the Dorian, you know, the Ionian and the Dorian here. So these were originally segmented out. Also, you get like segments like this, you know, and end up, you know, having to put that somewhere, and then get another segment. Let's say I was going to say the D, but no thanks. CR is right here, you know, like that, you know. Take that and put that next to it down here, you know, that kind of thing. You segment them out, but there's overlap. There's 3 and 4 in both of them, and that is the way the caged works. Hello. It wanted to. Oh, I have to log that change in before it can go backwards. It hasn't, you know, officiated it yet, so that's why, you know, I certainly in older charts I looked at these almost totally segmented, but then when I realized I wanted to start transversing cages, you know, it would get messy. So I actually started using these exclusively. When I got to the half diminished, I found out it was, today at least, it was a better idea to segment them, because it's a new thing, you know. I don't want to do a half diminished pentatonic, you know, because it's so much better just to use the half diminished 7th. Alright, so the way you might want to look at this is here with these guys here. This is caged, right? Why can't I get this? I don't know, I just can't get it high enough there. There it is. Can you take me high enough? That sounds around me like Dr. Becky. Can you take me high enough? Embedded bloopers. You know, Dr. Becky, the science girl who wrote the book about black holes. In any case, that was amazing. You know, I was just waiting forever for them to get James Webb up, you know, into space. And then their first picture they released, you didn't even realize what they were giving us was proof that black holes exist. You know, that galactic lenses exist, because you had this, like, looked like a wine glass, you know, kind of like this reflection, and it was really things that were further away, you know, that could only be seen. That light could only be seen bending around something else. So it's possible it could magnify it, and you know, but I think it just shows you that there's something in back of it. I don't know how greatly it really magnifies things and everything, but I know in our lifespan we're going to have another series of telescopes up there, and they're just going to keep on learning more about our galaxy and our universe. You know, up until what they call the visible limit. We don't want to get into that stuff. Anyway, here in these boxes here, okay, what you got is 5 positions, C, A, G, E, D. You could look at it as, if you wanted to start on C, where's C? Root is C, right? Well, this one kind of starts on the 7. They're like 5 inversions of caged. So say C always starts on 3 because E is the third of C. So that would be, and then you would go to A, which is the first inversion of cage is the A cage. All right, and the second inversion of cage is the G cage, etc. And there's 4 inversions and a root kind of thing. So, but when you're looking at just a Locrian 7-2-4-6, a minor 7th chord, there's only 3 inversions and a root. So that's why there's only 4 cages. Okay? So there's a difference. So these are different intervals here. I mean, these are the same 3 to 5, but then you got 6 to root here, where this 6 to root somewhere else over here. So what the best I could do was map this out. This is worth knowing now. These are cage bound. Well, they're not particularly cage bound. All right, these are cage bound arpeggios, okay? So you've got, this is bound to the C, E, G cage. These are cage bound arpeggios. And these groups of notes here, they're as big as they have to be and no bigger. In this case, what I wanted to do was just show how you could start each cage, semi-cage bound arpeggio from each member, starting with the 4, okay, then going to the 6. The next one goes to the 7, starts on the 7 and goes 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, you know, and on and on. I didn't know it goes that high. And the last one starts on the 2. Okay, so which one starts on the 7? Root. Starts on the 7. That's all this representation is. But wait a minute, is it? It also has a G minor there. Notice the minors that are listed here all have a 2 minor. They're all Dorian substitution shapes. So here's your G minor, 2, 4, 6. Here's your E minor, 6, 2, 4, second inversion, 2, 4, 6, root. A minor, 6, 2, 4, second inversion. Second inversion, A minor shaped Dorian minor. C minor, 6, 2, 4, 6, second inversion into a root chord. D minor, you know it, second inversion. So this is just another way of displaying the same information. If if it's better to learn it this way because of the it by